Billionaire businessman Bill Gates taking no questions from reporters after answering plenty from lawmakers during 6 hours behind closed doors, pressed on his ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
I hope my testimony is helpful to the important work of the committee to find justice for the victims.
Gates accusing the notorious sex offender of possible blackmail over Gates's extramarital affairs, saying he first met Epstein in 2011 in the interest of soliciting more donations for his philanthropic organizations. But Gates says he cut Epstein off when it became clear that was a dead end, acknowledging his affairs, saying Epstein was working to use information about my infidelities, in addition to many lies that he layered on top, to pressure me to re-engage with him.
I think that Epstein saw a vulnerability and tried to use that as leverage.
It's pretty clear to me, though, that Epstein was a friend collector. You know, he just liked to have people around him that were big deal.
Lawmakers say Gates was asked about emails Epstein appeared to have drafted to himself in 2013, suggesting he helped Bill get drugs after sex with Russian girls, allegations Gates has denied.
Mr. Gates does believe that Mr. Epstein would write emails that were oftentimes untrue.
Gates has not been criminally accused of wrongdoing and says he never saw nor had any indication of Epstein's criminal conduct. Quote, I never went to his island, his ranch, or his Florida home. I have never victimized anyone. Gates does acknowledge meeting with Epstein was a grave error in judgment. The two first connecting well after that controversial 2008 sweetheart plea deal that saw Epstein serving 13 months, including work release on 2 state charges in Florida.
He said he knew that Epstein had been convicted of some kind of sexual misconduct, and he regretted not researching the details of it.
The House Oversight Committee now wants to hear from Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche as the Epstein controversy continues to hang over the Trump administration. New reporting spotlights the crisis management inside the White House over the last year, with the New York Times describing the president's top advisors huddling in the Situation Room. A White House spokesperson, in a statement to the outlet, praised the president's handling of the Epstein case, even as new polling shows just 10% of Americans think that his administration has helped hold Epstein associates accountable. Craig?
Our senior Washington correspondent, Hallie Jackson. Hallie, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.